Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between Guagua and 120. This game taking place here on Concealed Hill. Over here on the bottom left hand side of the map we have 120 spawning as the blue undead. Meanwhile over here on the top right we have Guagua spawning as the red orc. Now, what can we expect to see in this orc versus undead matchup? Well, I am expecting some, really some Farseer play, as Farseer seems to become a lot more popular as of late. Farseer followed by the Tauren Chieftain. Farseer with those Spirit Wolves able to put in a lot of pressure, but then again, the Blade Master has really not fallen out of favor either. It is still a viable hero. We'll see what is going to be coming from the undead though. Undead players have recently been trying to go a lot more Crypt Lord play. Death Knight is still the tried and true strategy, and as the Crypt Lord got buffed, well, we saw that the Dreadlord really isn't used all that often any lord. I think the Dreadlord was popularized by Side, a European player, or I believe French player, who popularized that strategy, trying to play on the NetEase ladders and not having the necessary lag to try and use some of the other heroes. Death Knight, Deathcoil, Frost Lich, or Frost Nova's, or the Lich's Frost Nova, not being altogether that useful either. Anyways, it is going to be the Death Knight versus the Farseer as I predicted. Now the question is going to be how these players are going to execute their strategies. We do see the Tomb of Relics come down. The Graveyard is going to come into play here. We could be looking at some Crypt Fiends as well. Meanwhile, back off to the north, we are seeing that second Orc Burrow being added off over here. And, well, we should be looking at 21 over 21 supply. Okay, so the patch has been released. Okay, I need to study the patch notes. I thought it was just a playtest realm patch, but no, the final patch notes have been released, and that additional 1 point of supply really opening things up for that orc to train up some additional peons and then go into that tech to tier 2. With that said, he's actually building up a second orc burrow before teching to tier 2. So there you go. Now getting that tech to tier 2. Are we going to see more early grunts in play? That is going to be the question to ask. Coming back down over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, well, 120 clearing out the remainder. Did I miss a new orc build order with the +1 food? Well, it was strange. I think the players are still trying to figure out what that strategy is going to be. What I saw was that they got up to 21 supply and then still built an orc burrow before teching the tier 2. I would have thought it was the other way around, trying to open up, get a little bit more lumber, speed up that tech to tier 2, but it looks like Guagua actually wanted to get more units out onto the field faster, just in case. So we should be looking at more grunts joining in on that fight. Alright, we are looking at grunts running around here, and, well, there's a peon down there. There is a low hit point grunt hiding underneath, and it will just continue to heal up as well. Alright, Farseer, you're going to clear up the Murloc Huntsman here in just a moment. Meanwhile, what is this? This is 27 over 31 supply. Is it going to continue to train up more grunts, or is it trying to make room for that Tauren Chieftain the instant it is ready? Yeah, that seems to be the case. That 31 supply still throws me off just a little bit, as that Farseer, well, picks up some items. Back down over here, and the expansion location over here on the bottom right picks up, I believe that was a Manual of Health, as the Death Knight looking to finish clearing off the remainder of this creep camp. However, grunts are going to join in Unholy Aura, allowing that Death Knight to move a little bit faster, but I believe this Unholy Aura movement speed is slightly less. Crota Yao Finesley, now that they removed Saturday classes, I can now catch up again. First time catch you online. Thanks for all the great WarCraft 3 content. Been watching on YouTube for years. Thank you, and thank you. And thank you for the sub. I believe that star means that you subbed. And if you've been subbing to me without, this is your first time, well, thank you very much. Too bad. Watch ads is disabled. Why is it disabled? well, it may be disabled since you're not in America. If you can watch ads to earn bits, but that's for another time. All right, come back across here. Farce, you're going to try and engage. Go after all of these. Go after this Crypt Fiend here. Almost getting a 5 units around here on this Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend able to slip through once more, trying to get in front right there and just causing a little bit of problems once more as the Farce here getting in for a little bit of a chase. All right, going back again once more as that Crypt Fiend just going back and forth here. The skeletal minions actually getting in some damage, as well as the skeletal minions now trying to back away. Let's see where they are perhaps going to be going. All right, back across over here. Skeletal minions will get taken down. Farseer sitting at level 2. Death Knight sitting at level 2. And with this new patch, it is going to come a new time where players are just trying to figure out where their particular strategies. The Death Knight with level 1 Unholy Aura, getting into level 2. The Crypt Fiends are moving, I believe, a little bit slower. I need to read up on the patch notes and figure out what exactly the players have decided to do, as we are looking at a Lich and a Tauren Chieftain joining in on the battlefield. Death Knight sitting at level 2 right here should be able to get a Death Coil off, no problem. There is that Lich now currently out, and well, with Frost Armor onto those Crypt Fiends now, all of that melee damage would end up turning into slower movement speed, and well, that additional armor making those Crypt Fiends difficult to take out. 1 or 2 more shots should do it. Death Knight trying to close in on that attack right there, gets the kill, I believe, or was it a resummoning of the Spirit Wolves? No, gets the kill right there. Question, is this game played on the new patch? It is played on the new patch, and now that the new patch has been finalized, I do want to study these patch notes, make sure I know what is actually going on in these matchups. I believe the Death Knight's Unholy Aura, all 3 levels were adjusted slightly, making the movement speed a little bit slower. Yeah, it was often very, beautifully done right there. Death Knight of 120 purposely delayed attacking that Ogre Magi. Oh my goodness. Alright. Purposely delayed attacking that Ogre Magi, and then the Chain Lightning for the steal actually didn't go down, as you saw, as we're looking at, well, Null Overseer finally getting taken down. Claws of Attack +9. Tauren Chieftain is sitting at level 1. Couple of low hit point grunts will be forced to try and retreat back. Level 1 is the same. Level 2 is 17.5. Level 3 is 25. Alright. So I thought they had adjusted a little bit more. They did not. Level 1, same movement speed level. And with that said, that means that the Death Knight and the Undead players may actually go for Death Pack more often and at level 4, but then I think eventually it will be transitioned back into a little bit more, Unholy Aura sitting at level 2. Death Knight still wandering back around the other way. There goes an ensnare. Tauren Chieftain going to try to head back in front. Death Knight now heading back. Oh, the sheep getting in on the body block right there as the Farseer. Well, Death Knight. Oh, he let him free again. Death Knight still taking a little bit of damage. Are we going to see perhaps a stomp right there? Oh, nope, no stomp. The Death Knight was trying to get in position, or the Tauren Chieftain was trying to get in position right there. Laid down the stomp, but it just was not in time. Alright, Orc has Tauren Chieftain, which is 10, 20, 30, which makes a lot more sense. The Tauren Chieftain's movement speed at 10, 20, 30. The Endurance Aura, Unholy Aura just was always, it was how often the Death Knight was being used. The fact that the Death Knight was that primary hero, when you finally got knights as a human player and you're going up against a Crypt Fiend army and the Undead has level 4 on their Death Knight, all of a sudden those knights would have very fast movement speeds, can't chase down those units. It became very, very, very problematic. Raiders and with that Tauren Chieftain movement speed should have no problem catching up to those Crypt Fiends and trying to pick them down any longer. Meanwhile, 120 clearing out this Ogre Magi or the Ogre Lord creep camp fairly fast. Lich is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Death Knight does have level 3, should be able to Death Coil that Lich back up to full hit points right now, as the Farseer may try and clear out, I thought he was going to try and clear out this Red Drake creep camp at the fountain, as 120 continues to take a sizable lead with all of these very powerful items. Potion of Greater Healing, what is that? Claws of attack plus 12 on that Lich. That is going to be a very big item indeed, as we see a Frost Nova go down there. All right, Destroyer is going to be able to finish off those units once more. Destroyer's trying to go after perhaps another Grunt. Are we going to see some ensnares? And wow, no wonder I have hives. I am being bitten by ants. Ow. Okay, need to go check what is going on. Yeah, I have woke up. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I don't know. Shared a little bit too much. What is going on? All right, back down across over here. We're going to see a big raid onto the Black Citadel. Well, Raiders going straight after that Black Citadel. There's a Chain Lightning followed by a Shockwave as we are looking at a couple of those Acolytes getting taken down. All right, Acolytes trying to make their way over. Ghouls are trying to put in pressure. Death Knights continuing to attack here as the Cryptfiends are putting pressure in again. There's some more Chain Lightning bouncing around, but it's only the level 2 or level 1 variety, or level 2 variety, level 1 Spirit Wolves as the attacks are still coming in. Tauren Chieftain did not go Stomp. He actually went Shockwave as the Acolytes are still trying to pull back here. Destroyers coming in, going to be able to take down another Grunt as the Lich gets up to level 3.
Ready to ride.
Yeah, the ants may have done a Zeppelin drop or something. I feel not a Crypt Lord and still annoying insects. Yep. Not quite sure what happened here. Need a... Alright. How are ants... Okay.
Ready to ride.
And now that I've felt a couple of ants on me, like I have all of these like shadow feels, right, where you feel like something's crawling on you, and nothing is there. All right, Crypt Fiends, Destroyers, Obsidian Statues, a good clickbait title and attack. Yeah. All right. Alright, Farseer coming back around. Rock Golem, I'm going to go ahead and get taken down here. We're looking at level 3, clearing out this Rock Golem creep camp. Meanwhile, down to the south, we are looking at the Death Knight and the Lich still moving around. I don't see a 4th hero coming in from 120 as of yet. 120 does have plus 26 damage on this Lich. That is simply through the roof right there. That auto attack coupled with that negative armor dealing so much damage per attack, a very, very powerful ability. Alright, coming back around, and Death Knight sitting at level 4 did go for that level 2 Unholy Aura. Level 2 Unholy Aura. How am I? Okay, I've told my kids not to eat and drop food all the way around. I've been doing my best to clean up, and now I'm getting attacked by ants. Alright, coming back down across here, Raider's going to go ahead and try to raid down to this 120's Haunted Goldmine. Haunted Goldmine looks like it will get taken down pretty quickly. There goes a Frost Nova onto the Farseer. Farseer gets in the Chain Lightning and then uses a Swirl of Town Portal. That heal was just last minute clutch right there as all the Acolytes die. Alright, coming back around, we are looking at this, well, the Sentry Ward right there, and this is turned into a great game if I wasn't so distracted. Coming around, yeah, Chain Wave is back. This was level 2 Shockwave, level 2 Chain Lightning, constantly putting pressure on those Acolytes. Acolytes are the most exposed out of all of the workers. Acolytes are actually stationary at that Haunted Gold Mine, so it takes quite a bit of time. Meanwhile, we're going to be looking at the Raiders, going to try and engage, go after this Ogre Magi, perhaps the Red Drake as well. And here we are, there is that engagement onto that Red Drake. Red Drake going to get perhaps taken down. Ensnare after ensnare, trying to force that Red Drake out. There's a Chain Lightning bouncing all the way through as the Robe of Magi now dropped for that Tauren Chieftain. A big item indeed. Farseer may pick it up, and now Farseer himself is also at plus 24 damage. Alright, how is the Tauren Chieftain still able to have so much mana? That is the question of the hour right now, as that Farseer also at near 500 mana as well. Destroyer going to go ahead and engage, finish off the Forest Troll Berserker. Scroll of Speed now being used. They're trying to head back away, but a big Frost Nova plus Devour Magic splitting things up here as that Raider could get taken down. Finally, there it goes, as we see more damage getting added in, and now a level 4 Lich. Plus 26 damage Lich going up against a plus 24 damage Farseer, as the Orc Burrow is in a little bit of distress. Orc Peon trying to repair, keep that orc burrow alive, getting some damage in on that destroyer. But that peon should have jumped inside at that last moment. Is it going to be able to stay and keep this working alive and well? Peons working to keep this orc burrow here. One peon inside. Are more getting trained? That is the question, as they are trying to dodge a little bit of that damage. Haunted Goldmine shockwave going through. All the acolytes are down, and the Haunted Goldmine may get taken down once more. All right, more damage getting added in. Farseer is in the back. Is it going to be exposed? That could be a problem. There's a chain lightning bouncing around again, and Haunted Goldmine going to get taken out for the second time this game, as well 120 just trying to reestablish this this expansion. Wait, so there's no scaling when both spells do damage to more units? All right. No, it just adds up nicely. All right. So far, back and forth, hit and run tactics. Both players trying to attack where the other player is not. Lich going after finding a witch doctor. The doctor just wanted to... The doctor just wanted to place down some sentry wards, as we're looking at perhaps some repairs on this orc burrow. That poor doctor there, yeah. All right, continuing back around, Goblin Sapper coming into play as well. Are we going to perhaps see Scroll of Speed? I don't think Scroll of Speed actually is effective on a Goblin Sapper. That actually seems kind of dirty. If you can go ahead and Goblin Sapper right into that location, and it looks like it's going to find it, takes down that, and oh, a beautiful 1-2 tactic right there. So much damage done. Those guys are still ensnared. The shockwave could be coming in, finishing off those 2 units, and there goes another one once more. The one ghoul getting enough natural regeneration for the win right there. Staff of Teleportation beautifully checked right there, as the wow, Black Citadel now taken down. Farseer going to try, or yeah, the Farseer now going to go ahead and teleport away, saving all of his units. We are at 44 supply compared to 34. Guagua down on supply, but the Necropolis has been taken out, as well as acolytes are trying to be trained. All right, this is definitely hit and run tactics galore. We are at fortified armor. We should be looking at perhaps raiders with pillage. I believe the pillage upgrade is done. It doesn't quite show anywhere, but it makes sense that the pillage upgrade would be done based upon the double armor upgrades on these raiders. Trying to keep the raiders alive, more heals coming across as well, and well, just destroying the economy of your opponent to try and gain the win over time. Shockwave actually misses all of the targets right there. Raiders now trying to make their way back over. Farseer, let's take a look at the gold. Is gold? No, there is actually no pillage across all of these units. 120 gonna end up losing a Haunted Gold Mine again. There goes another raider. Haunted Gold Mine once again reestablished. But yeah, I am absolutely surprised that we do not see any sort of a pillage coming in from the Orc. Orc has been doing hit and run tactics on buildings all game long, and that seems to be when pillage actually works best. Without that, well, without this, what can really be done here, as he's burning through Scrolls of Town Portal and making it up by running up on 2 base economy. All right, sentry wards are pretty much in every location on the map here. 40 supply compared to 45. And who is coming out ahead? Scroll of Speed now being used again. Gonna go after this Necropolis. Do we see pillage getting added in? It still does not look like pillage is being done at all, as we're looking at a Staff of Teleportation. Chain Lightning bouncing around, finishing off some more units. Tauren Chieftain may try to line up a Stomp or line up a Shockwave here in just a moment, as we're gonna see another Scroll of Town Portal go through, and a couple of acolytes could get taken down again, as we see this Haunted Gold Mine and this Haunted Gold Mine still being summoned. Do the Fiends have web? I believe the Fiends have web. I believe they had cleared out a Fountain of Health earlier. We're still looking at what the long-term strategy is coming in from Guagua. He's starting to bank up a large amount of gold. This is truly just hit and run tactics, trying to destroy your opponent's economy so that they cannot build anything. Taking down key infrastructure buildings as well. The Necropolis has gotten taken down once more. 120 has has, well, got this haunted gold mine running at his expansion, but is currently down 3,000 or 2,000 gold at the expansion, and maybe what is this? Yeah, 1,000 gold at the main base. And that is not even considering the number of times he's had to re-haunt that gold mine, and well, the amount of gold lost in those endeavors. Coming back around, level 5 on that Death Knight, level 4 on that Lich. We are going into a Tauren Chieftain hiding down across over here. You're going to get in a position, perhaps try to line up a very good shockwave. Oh, Staff of or what is this? Going to go in Staff of Teleportation in, going to go after, there's a Chain Lightning, and wow, what a hit and run tactic right there. That is absolutely dirty. Staff of Teleportation now on the Lich to try and, well, get in a little bit of additional protection as the Acolytes here are getting taken out. All right, 1 or 2 more hits, and all of a sudden 120s, all of those Acolytes are gone. 44 supply compared to 44 compared to 44 right there. We are dead even, and Acolytes are just needing to be trained all over the place. Farseer currently low on hit points, still joining in on this fight. Destroyer coming back across here. We may see the death of a haunted gold mine here as the Farseer tries to get a last minute, well, Chain Lightning bounce, but there weren't enough units close by. Hey Croto, what is my real name? My real name is Vincent. Alright. Alright, Tauren Chieftain healing back up. Farseer Raiders getting ready to engage. Wind Riders are now in play, and we are going into Bloodlust with Mastery Training. This is going to be Bloodlust with Mastery Training. Here, don't always, but he likes it. Lin Guagua, always base race strategy. Don't let Blizzard see this game where they will raise the mana cost of Shockwave. No, I don't think this game has been really problematic. I mean, there's been some really smart plays by Lin Guagua. The only questionable decision is not having a guard tower here with fortified armor to try and protect these buildings here. And, well, if you take a look at the Undead Army, I've said this before about the meta of the Undead Army. The meta of the Undead Army is not designed to really take down buildings. Hero damage, piercing damage, magic damage is not affected at taking down buildings. So when, well, for the Orc player who has very powerful fortified buildings, what can really be done? With that said, 120 is currently very much in the lead in terms of hero levels. Double level 5 compared to double level 4. Scroll of Speed being used here. And this may be one of those situations where even though you are winning the game economically, you're constantly winning all of these battles, you end up losing the war. 120 has not really succumbed to the pressure as of yet. And even though Lin Guagua has had an economic advantage, it has not translated onto the battlefield all that much. We are looking at Raiders now making their way down here. Acolytes continuing to try and repair. A couple of Spirit Wolves are down in here as well. If once we get to level 5, level 3 Chain Lightning, level 3 Shockwave would be dealing significantly more damage too. The Crypt Fiends and the Undead Army have been able to clear out a large number of these creep camps, and that's really the main difference right now, getting in a little bit more experience than anywhere else. Alright, Spirit Towers, all these units coming back around. Raiders are trying to heal back up. One of the benefits of Fountain of Health on the Concealed Hill map. Unsappers in the Undead main, by the way, are they really? I thought I heard it earlier, but how come I don't hear game sounds? Alright, there you go. Alright, coming back around here. Lich, gonna join in on Lich teleporting all the way around. There is just more Devour magic again. The Destroyers are right there. In comes the Scroll of Town Portal. The Destroyers are able to put in all of that pressure and finish off the remaining, as we see a burning of that Scroll of Town Portal, as once again Lin Guagua transitioning back over here to the other side. More Spirit Towers coming back in. There's that Chain Lightning bouncing around. Shockwave. The Acolytes partying like the Red Sea, trying to dodge all of that damage, as the Farseer, wow, tried to use a Staff of Teleportation to get away, followed by a Scroll of Town Portal, as it was not going to be in time. Alright, some strange games indeed. Scroll of Town Portal repurchased. Healing Salve. Wind Riders are in position. 50 supply compared to 47. 120 now with more gold in the bank, as they are both sitting in no upkeep still. 800 gold versus 600. We're looking at the heroes with the higher level right now. 120, Death Knight and Lich having a considerable hero level advantage. Meanwhile, we are looking at watchtowers trying to be built in the middle of the map right here, trying to get up that third base up and running for the Orc to maintain his economic advantage. Death Knight knows that he cannot allow his opponent to hold on to this expansion, otherwise go sideways very, very quickly as the peon now trying to head away. Alright, Guagua knows that hitting the main base is pretty much pointless. There's only 1 minute of mining left here. Needs to go after this side here as the Necropolis is trying to tech 2 Halls of the Dead. Raiders are going to be coming into position here. How much damage can you really do? Raiders O2 upgrades. Here going to be some repairs. There's that Scroll of Town portal right there. Farseer taking a little bit of damage. There's a shockwave as the Acolytes could get taken down. No. The Scroll of Town portal whisked it away before that Acolyte could get taken out. Glad you guys are enjoying the games. Yep. Alright, still coming back around. 1 watchtower trying to be built once more. Shaman are getting added in onto that fight. Troll Witch Doctors placing down sentry wards everywhere on the map that they can. Trying to magically eat all of these sentry wards, but not quite knowing the position as they're just blindly devouring magic. Alright, back across here. Farseer sitting at level 4, Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 4, trying to get a little bit more experience from these creeps. Only a couple of creep stamps are left as we're looking at the destroyers finally getting a good guess on where these sentry wards are. There's nope. Did not get it either. Those 2 sentry wards still in position there. Tauren Chieftain going to be staying at level 4 as we see the watchtower taking a lot more damage again. Alright. Farseer sitting at level 4. Is it going to get to level 5? I don't believe so. Tome of Agility left behind there. 23 plus experience. Still not going to be enough as this Farseer, well, is really separated from all of his other units. Is he going to perhaps be able to, well, Staff of Teleportation out? That is the question. Destroyers now trying to make their way in. Well, there's a Chain Lightning Staff of Teleportation to try to head out, and it will be able to do exactly that. Level 5 now on both units. Tauren Chieftain is now at level 5, and the Farseer is level 5. That is a very big deal as we go into level 3 Shockwave and possibly level 3 Chain Lightning. If those hit and run tactics were not good enough before, they definitely are now as the Acolytes are making their way back over to the right. Instead, it is going to be level 3 Spirit Wolves. The Shadow Wolves is going to be difficult to try and take out. Perhaps the Shadow Wolves are going to be able to deal more significant damage to the Acolytes rather than, well, the Tauren Chieftain and that, or rather than that Chain Lightning. Alright, coming back off to the north here, more Orc burrows are being added. We are looking at the Shadow Wolves just trying to figure out where they're going to be going next as the Wind Riders and Kodo Beasts. Wow, what is this? All of a sudden, a large army sitting inside Guagua's base. And this army has pretty much been hidden throughout all this time. It looks like Guagua is purposely making it look like he is running on a very, very small base indeed. Shadow Wolves now coming across there. There comes in a little bit of damage. Shockwave goes through the middle of those units as the hit and run tactics, well, should be coming to an end. Down across over here, about 8,000 gold left. 4,000 gold here. Perhaps needs to get a little bit more gold going once more as we're looking at, well, 66 supply compared to 50. Those hit and run tactics work better if you are not losing units. Guagua now perhaps going to try and heal up all of these units and perhaps put together one final army that can guard. 28 minutes into this game, still don't quite know the positioning as of yet. Farseer should be, Tome of Retraining, so we're going to go into Stomp now. Stomp, do we have a Scroll of Healing? No, we do not. I would have thought a Scroll of Healing to try and counteract one Frost Nova at least as the engagement is about to get into play. 50 supply compared to 61. There is quite a difference in the supply, in the actual army size though, as we're going to be going into an engagement here. Wind Rider going to join in on the fight, and here we are. They're going to dive on it. Lich, Death Knight. Do they have a Scroll of Town Portal? Yes, they do. Death Knight does have level 3 Death Coil and level 3 Unholy Aura. And in comes the fight now. Stomp trying to make its way in. Chain Lightning going after 2 Crypt Fiends. Quickly get taken down as they all back out. 52 supply compared to 61 now. 120 realizing, wait, how did my opponent have such a large army? I need to now go into low upkeep as well as the Wind Riders shift their way back down. All right. Banshees are all here. Are they perhaps going to be trying to curse their opponent? That is the next question to have. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 5. Farseer sitting at level 5. A lot of the earlier items were sold, but the Farseer still has 585 some odd mana. Ensnare onto an Obsidian Statue. Crypt Fiend also going to get taken out. And well, that is a big loss right there. Losing a large amount of that supply, getting caught in transit. 51 supply compared to 61. Still a very big difference. If you take a look at the overall army size, Tauren Chieftain, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability used in time. He was down to 82 hit points. He needs to get healed. Healing Salve is ready to go. 7 seconds of invulnerability as the Tauren Chieftain does decide to try and back up, but the Tauren Chieftain still falls. Farseer sitting at level 5 right here as we're looking at both sides continuing to fight as well. Farseer trying to get in a little bit more damage. Is he going to be able to finish off any of these units? There goes the Chain Lightning as well. Farseer could get taken down. Frost Nova finishes off that unit as well. There's a Lich. Lich is now in trouble. It is going to get ensnared, and in the army size, it may be just enough as the Lich does use a Potion of Healing to try and stay alive, but it may not be enough. Alright, continuing to go after this battle here. Wind Riders with Bloodlust. So much damage getting added in across the board as we are looking at level 5. Are we going to perhaps see a couple of more ensnares as the Kodo Beast and all of these units fall here? Not the Kodo Beast, the Crypt Fiends fall there. Alright, Obsidian Statues now looking to back away. Raiders going after the Sacrificial Pit, perhaps could even go after the Altar of Darkness. And Altar of Darkness getting taken down would be a very big deal indeed, as the Crypt Fiend here could get taken down. Banshees trying to join in on the fight to try and protect. And this is a game where the final fight may not have a hero. Farseer, Tauren Chieftain, Death Knight, and Lich all taken out. Death Knight now back out onto the field. Could get easily taken out here. Has to be extremely careful. There's a Purge. Are we going to perhaps see a couple of ensnares? There goes an ensnare onto the Death Knight. And 120 trying to hire up that Death Knight, only to see it get taken out due to Purge and Raider ensnare. May be too much. Kodo Beast now trying to, Obsidian Statue trying to retreat away. We're going to get a little bit of padding. There goes the ensnare, and 120 still losing more and more things. WarCraft became Brood War. Did anyone tavern a hero? Okay, coming through 120. Ends up winning the game, even though he had a significantly lower hero score, had a higher resource score by a fair amount, and the fact that he hid his army for so long inside his base enabled him to win the third to last fight. The second to last fight, all 4 heroes were lost, and well, it came down to whose army was larger. With that said, well, obviously Lin Guagua's army was the larger one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.